Okay, so I hope the video is working. The first time I'm doing this kind of video in this way, so I hope it's working. And thank you very much for the comment that you left in the last video where I asked you to leave some topics or videos that I can react to. I got several comments. Also on my personal accounts, I got several private messages, so I'm gonna go through all of that. And anyway, so just remember that any topic that you want me to talk about or to react to, but when I mean react is to look at something and analyze it from my point of view and say if that's something I consider true or you can just, or if you want to know my opinion about it. So I'm gonna go through several topics and I think I'm just gonna upload the videos based on every topic. So the first comment that I saw, it's about astral travels. Okay, so talking about astral traveling, I know that this is a very cool topic that a lot of people want to hear about because it sounds very cool. And it's something that it sounds like you can go into places where you can usually not go. So yeah, it sounds cool, but it can be a little bit dangerous if you don't know or if you're not conscious enough to know where you are or you're not able to ask for help. I have some experiences where, as you know, I have been talking to higher dimensional beings through channeling, and I met humans, but not physical on the other side. And they were, I found, I mean, I was talking to the Syrians, and then probably some people already read in the first book the story about Joseph. So when I met Joseph, he actually told me that he was lost. What does it mean? I mean, he actually killed himself, and then he moved to the other side, and he was lost. And eventually the Syrians rescue him. So the Syrians rescue him, and then Joseph started to talk to me because I was talking to the Syrians, and he was like, "Hey, can I talk to him, please?" So I was talking to him, and then, but the same way, we can go astral traveling. By the way, my car is it's called Opel Astra, so I like to make like this little joke that since my car is Opel Astra, I'm always Astra traveling. But well, anyway, I don't use the car very often. But anyway, the I'm just gonna make some notes here because I want to talk about the same thing in Spanish. I just realized that this video is supposed to be in Spanish, but anyway, I'll keep it in English for now. Or maybe I can just um, do both. I'll just try to make them short. Just let me know in the comment what you think about this, because you know this is just one way for us to interact, get to know each other, and it's also one way for me to get motivation to start talking about this. Because every time I talk about this, I just assume that everybody knows all these topics. And but anyway, coming back to astral traveling, let's it's pretty much the same as being conscious when we are alive. That's why I always talk about this topic, that we have to be conscious when we are um, living. So when we are not in this physical body, we can also be conscious of what we are doing there. Otherwise, we can get lost and never come back to the body, which it happens. Something similar to what happened with coma. And another thing is that if what is actually happening there? We are just shifting the frequency. We are not in the body anymore, so the perception of our reality is changing. So we can go to places, but it's pretty much like a copy of that place. It's not the same perception. It's not the same place, but it's like it's a different perception of the same reality. And it doesn't mean that that reality is more real than this one. It's just a different perception of it. Because, well, according to the higher dimensional beings, reality is just like a dream. So they say that it is not more real when it's physical or less real. It's just like a dream where you can experience it in different perspectives. So astral traveling is just experiencing a reality from a different perspective. But of course, we can do it consciously. That's much better. And now, in this, since that's like a different world, there are different entities, different beings there. And And the same way I was talking about Joseph, that Joseph met the Syrians and he was held by them, Joseph could be in danger because he was followed by other beings. So the same way we go and astral travel to other places, we can also encounter these kind of beings. Of course, everything depends on how you live. So what kind of frequency now we experience, and we might not attract, or nothing like that will happen to us if it's not for us, because it's just not going to happen. It's just about frequency. We'll attract what is for us available there. And there are also some beings that are created by people, like just by, I mean, there are some beings that are created by ourselves, that even if we think about something, let's say that there's a legend about a being, and that being in reality, in this reality or in another reality, doesn't exist, by but by many people thinking about it, it starts to create this idea, maybe not in this physical world, but in a different frequency, and we can also encounter this type of beings. Some people call them um, like animals, or even in parasites from the other world, which some of them can be interacting with this world, which is what we understand as, in some cases, spirits or these kind of things, entities. And